generous.com and give me $25 or $50. As each of you do, I can go to Washington. If you want, please buy one of the t-shirts today by making a $25 or $50 contribution. You've met me. You've met Ari. Here's the shirt that proves it. Thanks so much. God bless you and God bless the United States of America.
Hello everyone, my name is Alvaro Day and I'm running for State Assembly of the 44th District. I stand before you today as the generation that has the most to lose but will not let everyone destroy us. We will actually, I know we can do this. I know I can look at all around us and I can see every one of you is here inspired. I know we can change this. My district has been run for a Democrat since '92. I know for a fact that with all of you out here, we can take it back. I know for a fact that every one of you is inspired right here. It's been out here. I mean, who would come out here on a sunny day and you stand here? You guys are really wonderful to be out here, and I really thank you for you guys to be here. And again, my name is Alvaro Day, and I'm running for State Assembly. Thank you, everybody. God bless America.
Thank you! Give them all a hand. They're the people trying to earn your vote. And they know the ground rules. They don't do it right. They're going to be packing it up in 2012 as well. Feet to the fire for everybody. This is about principle, not party. Who are we, folks? Our next guest comes from the Evergreen Freedom Foundation. He came all the way from Washington State, ladies and gentlemen, Trent England.
Thank you. It's like some of my weather from up there is going to join us here. I'm really glad to be here. I'm going to keep this real short. I'm a freedom fighter. Are there any freedom fighters out there? I thank God that we can fight for freedom in this country. I can fight for freedom with my pen and with my voice. That's a rare thing indeed, the world around. We look out at our fellow freedom fighters around the world and back through human history. Most people haven't had it this easy, as tough as it is, as much as it takes. We are so fortunate, we are so blessed to live in the United States of America. And frankly, I'm particularly fortunate because at the Evergreen Freedom Foundation, I spent most of last year studying the Federalist Papers and the Declaration of Independence, and this year I've been working on studying the Electoral College and trying to expose some efforts to subvert the Electoral College, this unique process that our founders set up to elect presidents. I'll talk about that in just a minute, but I have to share, as other speakers were talking and talking about all of you and this whole movement and the fact that the folks in Sacramento and for me, for all of us, the folks in Washington, D.C., they hope that we'll all just go away. I was taken back to another time when some other politicians hoped that people would just go away, that these patriots who were standing up and making trouble would just go away. They tried to take away their guns. They sent soldiers out to Lexington to try to capture some of their leaders and to Concord to try to take away their guns. And they thought they'd just go away. Maybe there were 40, 50 men on Lexington Green. And they stood their ground and they were bayoneted in front of their families, shot down. And the British thought, well, now they'll go away, and they marched out to Concord. And they tried to take their guns there, and they started violating their property rights and their right to engage in business. They started tearing up one of their bridges, and these guys in Concord said, look, we're just farmers, but you can't tear apart our bridge. It's our bridge. We have property rights. We have to get our goods to market. You know, this was some draconian business regulation by the British trying to take apart the bridge in Concord. And they were ran back to Boston, surrounded and forced to withdraw. That's the kind of tenacity that I see when I look out at this crowd. I know that we will not just go away. I know that we will stand up and we will make our forefathers proud. I have to share very quickly, there is an effort to undo the Electoral College. It's so stealthy that I've talked to state legislators who have the bill introduced in their chamber and they don't even know what it is. They know nothing about it. It's called the National Popular Vote Effort. It's an attempt to sidestep the constitutional amendment process, leave the Electoral College sort of in place in name only, and use it to create a national popular vote for president, which would allow big city political machines like Acorn to run the presidential elections out of a few urban areas in our country. You want to talk about election fraud, it would be a disaster. One of the things I've learned as I've read the Federalist Papers, and I encourage everyone to read the Federalist Papers, the founders were brilliant men. They understood that it's not enough to talk about liberty. You need institutions that preserve it. And the Electoral College does that. SaveOurStates.com is the website. It's on Twitter. It's on Facebook. EFFWA.org is our website at the Evergreen Freedom Foundation. Please, if you can, support us. Go to our website. Read about what we're doing. We're fighting for freedom, and I know you will too. Thank you so much.
Next up, Jason Mazzaros, 15 years of military experience as an intelligence and psychological operations officer. He has received the Bronze Star Medal, the Global War on Terrorism Expeditionary Medal, the Global War on Terrorism Service Medal. He needs a bigger body, I think. The Army Achievement Medal and the Afghanistan Campaign Medal. And I don't think I need to say anything more than that. Please welcome Jason.
Thank you. I'll be really brief. I know it's been a long day already. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about something I know about, and that's freedom. September 11th was kind of a wake-up call for all of us. September 11th was a wake-up call for us. I hadn't put my uniform on in 3.5 years, and I got a letter in the mail, that manila envelope, and my country asked me to go serve. And I answered that call, and I went to Afghanistan. And I did that. I did that because I believe in freedom, and I believe in liberty and our Constitution and defending it, and that oath that I took to defend our Constitution. And that oath is my word, and my word is my integrity, and I believe that. And what I learned, the perspective I gained as a veteran serving over there, was a unique perspective, because I sat across the table, across the interrogation booth, from men who had planned the September 11th attacks. I've interrogated the senior Al-Qaeda. I've been there. I've seen them. I've looked them in the eyes, and they don't believe in freedom like I believe in freedom. Everywhere I went when I was in Afghanistan, people had written the words, "Never forget." And we wrote that for a reason, and it was typically a picture of the Twin Towers was put right next to it. And it was done that way for a reason, so we wouldn't forget that we were fighting for freedom. I learned in Afghanistan from a little girl no older than 6 years old who came up and thanked me. On the streets of Kabul, I was outside pulling a security for my team who was inside a building, and this little girl came up to me and she said, "Thank you for freeing my country." And I almost broke down and cried right there. It was that moment in my life, that powerful moment, that I realized that I knew what freedom really meant. Because it made me think that there are people out there who don't know what freedom is. And we know, because we live in America. We have the privileges of being free. We have that right. And we need to spread that right to whoever needs it. We can never forget. In closing, I just want to say, when you meet a veteran, tell them thank you. Tell them thank you for their service. Thank you for their sacrifice. And tell them that you have not forgotten. Tell them that we will continue to fight. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for being here. Next up, Tom Del Barcaro,